wasn't always the face. Back in the day, he ran the shadows. Now he runs the world. Santa started as a shady intelligence operative long ago, bringing joy, they said, but it was always about control. Built the candy cane cartel in the frozen northern wild, shipping sugar and secrets, keeping the kingdoms beguiled. He rebranded himself, red coat, white beard, ho 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 smile. Became the public face of the coke and cane conglomerate in style. A front for the real game, pulling strings across the lands, feeding the evil queen's empire with invisible hands. The evil queen, ruler of all things cruel, corrupt, and copyrightable, sat at the top of Trumpy Tower, so tall the clouds gave up trying. Coke and cane conglomerate, sugar, secrets, and control. Santa's the smiling face, but the queen owns the soul. Naughty list was never about coal, it was always intel, tracking every child, every kingdom, every rebel. Trumpy Tower pierces the sky, unreachable from below. Only insiders or a magic beanstalk can steal the show. The evil queen sits there, copywriting every tale, turning rebellion into content. Revolution for sale. Santa mobilized the naughty list for the dark traders' war. Elves rising up north, the first crack in the corporate floor. Cinder and Baby Bear hit the convoys hard and true. These candy cane shipments were feeding the cola crew. The queen watched from her tower, amused but unimpressed. Sent hooks and the dark trader make the forest regret. She pulled every string Disney called it, even the old fairy tale machine, keeping the kingdoms thirsty. Never let them dream clean. The crew sat around the fire after Cinder's report. Ariel sang softly,
I saw their ships in the deep. It's worse than we thought.
Red stared into the flames.
Santa was never nice. He was always the spy.
Puss loaded his guns.
Time to crash the North Pole party, eh?
Prince Armorman overthought out loud.
Statistically, we're outgunned.
Rapunzel smirked.
Then we get creative. Genius beanstalk or none.
Pinocchio Doki glowed softly.
No strings attached.
We climb. Coke and cane conglomerate, the smiling corporate lie. Santa's the face, but the queen rules from on high. Trumpet Tower waits unreachable, cold and tall. But the force is rising, and we don't need permission at all. The naughty list is coming, the Death Star's been rebuilt, but the misfits are ready, and we're rewriting the guilt. Yeah, Santa runs the candy cane cartel.
The queen owns the tower.
The empire thinks it's winning. The crew just getting started.